The Varaxian survey ship emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Sol system, its crystalline hull refracting starlight in mesmerizing patterns. Captain Zixvel stood at the command center, his translucent appendages rippling with anticipation as the ship's sensors began their preliminary scan of the third planet. Another primitive world, he transmitted to his crew through their neural network. These humans have barely reached their moon. Add them to the expansion list. In that moment of supreme confidence, Zixvel couldn't have known that his ship's arrival had triggered a quantum sensor array hidden within Pluto's orbit, deep beneath the Rocky Mountains of North America. In a facility that didn't officially exist, Dr. Maya Chen watched data stream across her holographic display. "They finally arrived," she murmured, her dark eyes reflecting the cascade of numbers and equations floating before her. The facility around her hummed with the power of contained quantum singularities, technology that the Varaxians would consider impossible for a primitive species to possess. Maya's fingers danced through the holographic interface, sending encrypted alerts to similar facilities across the globe. For 15 years, since humanity's quantum telescopes had first detected the Varaxian Empire's expansion pattern, Earth had been preparing. While maintaining a carefully crafted facade of slow technological progress, humanity had leaped centuries ahead in secret. The Quantum Research Facility, designated Project Dawn, extended 20 levels beneath the mountain's surface. Maya walked through its pristine white corridors to the central command center, where General Sarah Hayes awaited the confirmation she'd dreaded and anticipated for years. "How many ships?" Hayes asked without preamble, her weathered face illuminated by the room's ambient lighting. "Just the survey vessel for now," Maya replied, bringing up a detailed quantum scan of the Varaxian ship. "But their fleet isn't far behind. Based on their standard conquest patterns, we have approximately 72 hours before their main force arrives." Hayes nodded, her gray hair tied back in a severe bun. "And the quantum shield array?" "Final calibrations are complete." Maya projected a new hologram showing a web of interconnected quantum nodes surrounding Earth. Once activated, it will render their energy weapons completely ineffective. They literally won't know what hit them. Throughout the facility, scientists and military personnel moved with practiced efficiency. No one showed panic or uncertainty. They had trained for this moment for over a decade. In labs across the complex, quantum computers processed calculations that would seem like magic to their would-be conquerors. The Varaxian survey ship continued its approach, completely unaware that its every movement was being tracked by technology far beyond its comprehension. Captain Zixvel composed his report to the Empire's expansion fleet. Planet designation Sol 3 shows minimal space presence. Primitive chemical rockets. Basic orbital satellites. No energy shields detected. No quantum signatures. Recommended approach. Standard conquest protocol. Maya watched the transmission being intercepted and decoded in real time. She allowed herself a small smile. The quantum masking field was working perfectly. To the Varaxians, Earth appeared to be centuries behind their technology level. Their arrogance would be their undoing. In orbit, humanity's true fleet remained hidden behind quantum stealth fields, their advanced ships invisible to even the most sophisticated Varaxian sensors. These vessels represented the pinnacle of human innovation, a perfect fusion of quantum mechanics and human ingenuity. The next 72 hours passed in a blur of activity. As the Varaxian survey ship maintained its observation, humanity's hidden preparations accelerated. In secure facilities across the globe, quantum cores hummed to life. Military personnel took their positions in underground bases. The public remained unaware, going about their daily lives beneath a sky that would soon become a battlefield. Maya worked tirelessly, fine-tuning the quantum shield matrix. Her life's work would soon be put to the ultimate test. "We're detecting multiple hyperspace signatures," her assistant reported. "The Varaxian fleet is beginning its approach. Through quantum entanglement communications, instantaneous and undetectable, Earth's hidden defenders shared a simple message. Operation Silent Strike is now active." The Varaxian invasion fleet emerged from hyperspace in a dazzling display of power, over 500 ships strong. Their crystalline vessels formed perfect geometric patterns, a display meant to awe and terrify primitive species into submission. Fleet Commander Krelax addressed Earth's apparent leaders through a broadcast that overrode all conventional communications. People of Earth, you have been chosen to join the Varaxian Empire. Submit to our authority, and you will be granted the privilege of serving a superior civilization. Resist, and you will be reduced to atoms. In the quantum facility, Maya and General Hayes exchanged knowing looks. Everything was proceeding exactly as predicted. The Varaxians had no idea they were flying into the most sophisticated trap ever created by human hands. Should we show them our response? Hayes asked, her hand hovering over the quantum command interface. Maya shook her head. Not yet. Let them come closer. Let them think their victory is assured. She watched the holographic display as the Varaxian fleet moved into optimal position. After all, the best victories are the ones your enemy never sees coming. Above them, Earth's sky remained peaceful, giving no indication of the confrontation about to unfold. Humanity's greatest deception was about to be revealed, and the galaxy would never be the same. 3 kilometers beneath the Swiss Alps, in a chamber that didn't appear on any official maps, the Emergency Council convened. Representatives from every major nation sat around a circular quantum holographic table, their faces illuminated by the soft blue glow of secure displays. The room hummed with the barely perceptible vibration of quantum generators powering the facility's defenses. The Varaxian fleet will achieve optimal attack position in 18 hours, Defense Coordinator James Chen announced, his holographic display showing the enemy fleet's formation. They're positioning themselves exactly as our simulations predicted, a standard Imperial conquest pattern. President Sarah Mitchell of the North American Alliance leaned forward, her dark skin contrasting with the white quantum thread uniform all council members wore. Dr. Chen, your sister's quantum shield technology. Are you certain it will hold? A new hologram materialized above the table, showing Maya Chen's face transmitted from her facility in the Rockies. The shield matrix is operating at 99.8% efficiency, she reported. The final calibrations are complete. When the Varaxians fire their energy weapons, they'll be in for quite a surprise. Around the table, decades of secret preparation were coming to fruition. While the world's population went about their daily lives, believing their governments were still squabbling over petty differences, humanity's leaders had been united in purpose since the first quantum telescope detected the Varaxian Empire's expansion. Admiral Viktor Petrov of the Eurasian Defense Force activated his display, showing the positions of Earth's hidden fleet. Ghost Squadron is in position behind Luna. Phantom Division maintains stealth orbit over the Pacific. Strike Force Oracle stands ready in the asteroid belt. His weathered face showed grim satisfaction. The Varaxians scan right through our ships, seeing only what we want them to see, outdated satellites and space debris. The quantum stealth technology that rendered Earth's true fleet invisible was perhaps humanity's greatest achievement. Based on Maya Chen's breakthrough understanding of quantum field manipulation, it didn't just bend light. It shifted their ships partially out of phase with normal spacetime. What of the civilian population? Asked Director Yuki Tanaka of the Pacific Rim Alliance. The moment we reveal our true capabilities, panic could ensue. The Quantum Information Network is ready, Communications Chief Maria Rodriguez responded. The moment the Varaxians make their move, we can activate the emergency broadcast system. Every quantum-enabled device on Earth will receive instructions. We've been preparing the public subconsciously for years through entertainment media. First contact protocols are embedded in cultural memory. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Maya watched the council proceedings while making final adjustments to the quantum shield matrix. Her team worked with practiced precision, each person knowing their role in humanity's greatest gambit. The quantum cores pulsed with contained power, each one representing energy potential that the Varaxians considered theoretically impossible for a primitive species to achieve. Secondary quantum shield layer online, her assistant reported. Redundancy systems green across the board. Maya nodded, her fingers dancing through holographic controls. Begin final power distribution sequence. When they hit us with their primary weapons, I want the shield reaction to be perfectly calibrated. Above Earth, the Varaxian fleet continued its approach, their crystalline ships arranging themselves in an attack formation designed to overwhelm primitive planetary defenses. Fleet Commander Krelax watched with satisfaction as his sensors showed Earth's pitiful defensive capabilities, a handful of chemical rockets, primitive satellites, and no energy shields in sight. Such primitive beings, he communicated to his command staff. They still use silicon-based computing. No quantum technology detected. This will be a simple submission. In that moment, one of his sensor officers transmitted an urgent alert. Commander, we're detecting unusual energy fluctuations from their lunar outpost. Probable radiation from their primitive fission reactors. Krelax dismissed. Nothing that could possibly threaten our supremacy. Behind Earth's moon, Ghost Squadron's quantum drives hummed in perfect silence, their advanced ships waiting for the signal to reveal humanity's true power. Squadron leader Raj Patel ran final systems checks, his crew ready for the coming battle. Their ships represented the perfect fusion of human ingenuity and quantum engineering, vessels that could outmaneuver and outfight anything in the Varaxian fleet. In the Alpine bunker, the Emergency Council watched as the final pieces fell into place. Decades of misdirection, of appearing weak while growing strong, were about to pay off. Humanity had learned long ago that appearing primitive had its advantages. It made potential conquerors careless, arrogant, vulnerable. All quantum shield generators report ready, Maya's voice announced over the secure channel. Stealth fleet commanders confirm optimal position. We are go for Operation Silent Strike. President Mitchell stood, addressing the assembled leaders of humanity. We've prepared for this moment for 15 years. Every nation, every person in this room, has played their part in the greatest deception in human history. She looked around the table, meeting each person's eyes. The Varaxians expect to find a primitive species ready for conquest. Instead, they're about to discover why underestimating humanity is the last mistake many have made. The countdown began. In 18 hours, the Varaxian fleet would launch their attack, expecting an easy victory over a primitive world. They would instead encounter humanity's full technological might, a revelation that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of Earth and its people. Maya Chen made one final adjustment to the quantum shield matrix, her life's work ready for its ultimate test. "Let them come," she whispered. "We're ready." The Varaxian fleet's opening salvo lit up Earth's atmosphere with brilliant pulses of energy. Fleet Commander Krelax watched with smug satisfaction as the destructive beams sliced through the planet's upper atmosphere, targeting what his sensors identified as Earth's primary military installations. Witness the power of a superior civilization. He broadcast on all frequencies, his crystalline form gleaming with pride. Your primitive defenses cannot hope to. His transmission cut off abruptly as the energy beams meant to devastate Earth's surface simply vanished. No explosions, no destruction, not even a trace of impact. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Maya Chen allowed herself a small smile as she monitored the quantum shield's performance. Perfect absorption, she reported to the Emergency Council. The Varaxians' energy weapons are being converted directly into our shield matrix. Every shot they fire makes us stronger. The Varaxian command staff erupted in confused communications. Impossible. Krelax demanded. Scan again. Where are our weapon impacts? No evidence of damage, Commander. His tactical officer reported, crystalline appendages trembling with uncertainty. It's as if the energy simply ceased to exist. Above the Pacific Ocean, Phantom Division maintained its quantum stealth field, invisible to Varaxian sensors. Commander Elena Santos watched the enemy's confusion with calculated patience. All ships maintained position. She ordered over the quantum-encrypted channel. Let them waste more energy on their weapons. Let them reveal their full tactical doctrine. The Varaxian fleet launched a second barrage, this time concentrating their fire on a single point above New York. The energy weapons, capable of reducing mountains to slag, disappeared just as before. In the Alpine bunker, the Emergency Council watched through quantum sensors as the enemy fleet began to break its perfect formation, ships moving in agitation. They're clustering their heavy weapons platforms, Admiral Petrov observed, preparing for a concentrated strike, exactly as we predicted. President Mitchell nodded. Dr. Chen, status of energy absorption, shield matrix at 327% capacity. Maya reported, her hands dancing through holographic controls. We've captured enough energy from their attacks to power our entire defensive network for a year. Their weapons are literally charging our batteries. The Varaxian commander's next transmission carried an edge of desperation beneath its attempted authority. Your primitive technology cannot explain this. Reveal your defenses immediately. In the quantum facility, Maya exchanged a glance with General Hayes. Should we show them a little something, just to help them understand? Hayes' weathered face broke into a rare smile. Give them a taste, Doctor. Nothing too revealing yet. Maya's fingers flew across her quantum interface. Above major cities around the globe, the air briefly shimmered with a visible ripple of quantum energy, a deliberate leak in the stealth field, allowing the Varaxians to detect just a fraction of Earth's defensive capabilities. The reaction in the enemy fleet was immediate. Quantum energy signatures detected. A Varaxian science officer reported. But that's impossible. Their development level, our observations. All of your observations showed exactly what we wanted them to show. Maya's voice cut across all Varaxian communications channels, her quantum transmitters easily overriding their encryption. Did you really think humanity would advertise its true capabilities to the galaxy? Behind Luna, Ghost Squadron remained poised for action. Squadron leader Patel watched his tactical display as the enemy fleet's formation continued to deteriorate. They're beginning to understand, he transmitted to command. Their ship movements show increasing signs of strategic uncertainty. The Varaxian fleet's response was predictable. They launched their most powerful weapon, a concentrated beam of exotic particles designed to tear apart matter at the subatomic level. The beam struck Earth's quantum shield, and for a brief moment, the sky blazed with auroral light as the shield absorbed and redistributed the energy. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Maya's team worked with practiced precision to channel the massive energy influx. Converting exotic particle beam to usable quantum energy, her assistant reported. Shield matrix now at 892% capacity. Beautiful, Maya whispered, watching the energy flow through her quantum network. Their most powerful weapon, and all they'd done is give us more power to work with. Fleet Commander Krylax's next transmission carried an unmistakable note of fear. What are you? We are humanity, President Mitchell's voice responded, broadcast simultaneously through every communication device in the Varaxian fleet. We are the civilization you thought too primitive to respect, too aggressive to trust, too unpredictable to accept as equals. And we are about to show you why those traits are our greatest strengths. In orbit, Earth's hidden fleet prepared for revelation. The quantum stealth fields that had kept them invisible were ready to drop on command. Strike Force Oracle moved silently through the asteroid belt, positioning for the final phase of Operation Silent Strike. Maya Chen looked at the energy readings from the shield matrix, now pulsing with power absorbed from the Varaxians' own weapons. Everything had worked perfectly, better than perfect. The enemy had expended massive energy trying to breach their defenses, and in doing so, had armed Earth's quantum technology beyond their wildest expectations. All ships report ready, Admiral Petrov announced to the Emergency Council. Quantum weapon systems charged. Stealth systems prepared for synchronized deactivation. President Mitchell stood at the council table, her voice firm. Humanity has hidden in the shadows long enough. Dr. Chen, prepare to execute final phase. It's time to show the Viraxians and the galaxy exactly what humanity is capable of. The moment of revelation approached. Earth's sky shimmered with barely contained quantum energy, and humanity prepared to step out of the shadows and into its true place among the stars. The signal rippled through Earth's quantum network, a silent command that changed everything. In an instant, the quantum stealth field surrounding humanity's hidden fleet dissolved, revealing hundreds of advanced warships in perfect formation. The vessels seemed to materialize from nothing, their sleek hulls gleaming with an otherworldly iridescence that spoke of technology far beyond Viraxian understanding. Fleet Commander Krylax's crystalline form pulsed with waves of fear as his tactical display updated. Where moments ago his sensors had shown only primitive satellites and space debris, now they revealed a force that rivaled the greatest fleets of the Empire. Impossible, he whispered into the neural network. Their ships, the energy readings. Those energy readings are quite real. Squadron Leader Raj Patel's voice cut through the Viraxian command channel as Ghost Squadron emerged from behind Luna. The human ships moved with impossible grace, their quantum drives allowing maneuvers that seemed to defy physics itself. Though I suspect they're rather different from what you expected to find here. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Maya Chen initiated the final phase of the quantum shield matrix. The energy absorbed from the Viraxian attacks now pulsed through a network of quantum nodes surrounding Earth, creating patterns of light visible from space. Shield reconfiguration complete, she reported to the Emergency Council, transitioning from passive to active mode. The effect was immediate and devastating. Quantum energy cascaded from Earth's shield matrix in controlled waves, washing over the Viraxian fleet. Where the energy touched their crystalline ships, it disrupted the very atomic bonds holding them together. Not enough to destroy. Humanity had no desire for wholesale slaughter, but enough to demonstrate their complete technological superiority. By the first crystal, a Viraxian science officer transmitted in awe. Their quantum manipulation, it's beyond anything in our theoretical models. The energy patterns, they're reconfiguring reality itself. Commander Elena Santos led Phantom Division in a precise formation around the enemy fleet's flanks. Her ship's quantum weapons remained powered down. Their mere presence was threat enough. Your weapons cannot harm us, she broadcast to the Viraxian command. Your sensors cannot track us when we don't wish to be seen. And your shields. She paused as her fleet executed a perfect synchronized maneuver through the enemy formation, passing through their defensive screens as if they didn't exist. Your shields might as well be missed before a hurricane. In the Alpine bunker, the Emergency Council watched the unfolding situation with calm satisfaction. Years of preparation, of carefully maintained deception, had led to this moment of revelation. President Mitchell stood at the quantum holographic table, her voice clear as she addressed the Viraxian commander. You came to our system expecting to find primitives worthy only of conquest or quarantine. Instead, you found humanity at its finest, innovative, prepared, and far more advanced than you could imagine. The question now, Commander Krylax, is what you intend to do with this revelation. Throughout the Viraxian fleet, crews watched in helpless awe as Strike Force Oracle emerged from the asteroid belt. The human ships moved in perfect coordination, their quantum drives allowing them to shift partially out of normal spacetime, making their movements appear almost organic. They took position around the Viraxian fleet, completing an envelope of superior force. Maya Chen monitored the quantum energy flows, watching as the absorbed power from the earlier Viraxian attacks now served to maintain humanity's overwhelming tactical advantage. All systems performing beyond expected parameters, she reported. The enemy fleet is completely contained within our quantum field matrix. Admiral Petrov's voice carried a note of pride as he addressed the Viraxian forces. Your empire prides itself on technological superiority, on bringing advancement to primitive species. Yet here you find humans, whom you dismissed as barely space-capable, wielding quantum technology that makes your most advanced weapons look like children's toys. The Varaxian commander's response came slowly, his crystalline form flickering with complex emotions. How? How did you hide all this? Our surveys, our observations. We learned long ago, General Hayes replied from her station in the mountain facility, that appearing weak while being strong provides tactical advantages that no amount of brute force can match. Every primitive satellite you detected was placed deliberately. Every crude rocket launch was staged for your benefit. While you watched our apparent struggles to reach orbit using chemical propulsion, our quantum ships were already exploring nearby star systems. Throughout Earth's defense network, quantum computers processed battle scenarios faster than organic minds could comprehend. Every possible Varaxian response had been calculated, every potential escape route covered. Humanity's revelation of its true capabilities was as much a strategic masterpiece as it was a technological one. Squadron Leader Patel brought Ghost Squadron into its final position, completing the geometric pattern that would allow Earth's quantum field to contain any desperate last attacks. Your Empire's greatest mistake, he transmitted to the enemy fleet, was assuming that humanity would develop along the same technological paths as other species. We chose a different route, one that led us to capabilities you considered theoretically impossible. In the quantum facility, Maya watched as the enemy fleet's energy signatures showed their weapons powering down. Victory, it seemed, would come not through destructive force, but through the complete and overwhelming demonstration of human ingenuity. Your move, Commander Krylax, President Mitchell broadcast. But choose carefully. You've seen only a fraction of what we're capable of, and we would prefer to avoid showing you the rest. The Varaxian surrender came not with a bang, but with a silent transmission of quantum-encoded data. Fleet Commander Krylax's crystalline form had lost its proud luster as he formally acknowledged humanity's superiority and requested terms. In the Alpine bunker, Earth's Emergency Council received the surrender with the same quiet efficiency that had characterized their entire operation. The Varaxian fleet has powered down all weapon systems, Admiral Petrov reported, his tactical display showing hundreds of dormant enemy ships surrounded by Earth's advanced vessels. Their quantum cores are in standby mode. They're completely vulnerable. President Mitchell nodded, her dark eyes reflecting the holographic displays. And now comes the harder part, showing them that humanity can be as magnanimous in victory as we are formidable in conflict. In the Rocky Mountain facility, Maya Chen was already implementing the next phase of humanity's carefully laid plans. The quantum shield matrix, still humming with absorbed Varaxian energy, began reconfiguring itself. Instead of a defensive barrier, it now extended as a bridge, a demonstration of quantum technology that would revolutionize interstellar travel. Quantum bridge stabilized, she announced to both human and Varaxian observers. We can now facilitate instantaneous travel between any points within the system. Your ships won't need to limp home in shame. Commander Krylax, we'll help you return to your territory with your dignity, if not your pride, intact. The Varaxian commander's response carried genuine amazement. You possess quantum bridging technology as well. Even our most advanced theoretical scientists haven't mastered stable quantum tunneling at this scale. Because they approached it from the wrong direction, Maya explained, allowing herself a moment of professional pride. Your scientists tried to force quantum mechanics to conform to classical physics. We learned to think in quantum terms from the start. Sometimes, being a primitive species means you're not bounded by conventional thinking. Above Earth, the combined fleets hung in space, a testament to how quickly the balance of power could shift. Ghost Squadron maintained their escort positions around the Varaxian ships, their quantum drives barely whispering as they held formation. Squadron Leader Patel couldn't help but admire the crystalline beauty of the alien vessels, even as his quantum sensors kept careful watch for any signs of treachery. Your empire has a choice to make. President Mitchell addressed the Varaxian command. You can return home and report that Earth is a dangerous enemy that humiliated your fleet. Or, she paused meaningfully, you can take a different message back to your people. Tell them you discovered not primitives worthy of conquest, but equals worthy of alliance. Tell them humanity's greatest strength isn't our quantum technology or our strategic deception. It's our ability to turn enemies into friends. In orbit, Commander Elena Santos watched as the quantum bridge began to take shape, its ethereal structure a physical manifestation of humanity's mastered physics. Phantom Division standing by to escort the first group of Varaxian ships through the bridge, she reported. All quantum systems nominal. The Emergency Council chamber hummed with activity as diplomatic protocols, prepared years in advance, were finally implemented. Earth was about to step onto the galactic stage, not as a conquered primitive world, but as a technological powerhouse that had hidden its light until the perfect moment. We've received the first diplomatic transmission from the Varaxian Central Authority, Communications Chief Rodriguez announced. They're requesting an exchange of scientific knowledge. They want to learn from us. Maya allowed herself a small laugh at that. From primitives to teachers in a single day. The galaxy's in for quite a shock when they realize what else we've been keeping under wraps. General Hayes joined her at the quantum control station, watching as the first Varaxian ships began their journey home through the quantum bridge. Do you think they'll ever fully understand why we hid our capabilities for so long? They might, Maya replied, making a final adjustment to the bridge's quantum matrix. But understanding humanity has never been the strong suit of species that believe technological progress can only follow a single path. As the last Varaxian ships prepared for departure, Fleet Commander Krylax made one final transmission. We came to teach, and instead we learned. The Empire will not forget this lesson, or the mercy shown by those we wrongly judged as primitive. President Mitchell stood in the Alpine bunker, watching the quantum displays show the departure of the Varaxian fleet. Humanity is ready now, she addressed the Emergency Council, ready to take its place among the stars not through conquest or submission, but through the strength of our innovation and the power of our restraint. The quantum bridge pulsed one final time as the last Varaxian ship disappeared into its embrace. In facilities around the globe, humanity's hidden quantum technology continued its work, no longer constrained by the need for secrecy. Maya Chen looked at her displays, showing quantum research projects that would reshape humanity's understanding of the universe. The galaxy thought they were coming to judge whether humanity was ready for the stars, she said softly. Instead, they learned that the stars had better be ready for humanity. Earth's night sky shimmered with the subtle glow of quantum shields and hidden fleets now free to operate in the open. Humanity had revealed its hand and changed the galaxy's balance of power not through violence, but through patience, preparation, and the innovative spirit that had always defined their species. The age of hiding was over. The age of humanity had begun.